coming to you live from I don't know where I am. This is funny. So I guess it's kind of funny because this is supposed to be a channel of just life and travel and fun and everything that Cherry has to say. And for this season in my life, which I've been calling life in, I am just doing things spontaneously. Spontaneity has gotten me to, I guess this is now called the Kia Center. The last time we were here, well, I was on the other side and Desiree was here watching a basketball game. It was the Amway Center. So I guess the names have changed, but it is basketball season and there's a game on tonight. Now, of course, we had no idea. The plan was just to walk around and discover what downtown Orlando has to offer. This is kind of nice because it's in these moments that you discover things, random things. So this is a random thing moment. But yeah, I thought, let me stop. I could do a video here. And I don't have a selfie stick. I've said that before. I know I have one. I just don't know where it is. So I guess if I am going to become a vlogger, I will need to get some gear. But in the meantime, I guess my hand is just gonna have to do the job. So yeah. So what are we talking about today? You know, I wanted to talk about something earlier today, and work got me distracted because you all know that I am a travel advisor, right? And sometimes a client calls or an email comes in and it takes on its own life and just things happen. Yes, I know what I wanted to talk about. I've had this topic for a while. I hope the background noises are not too much, but you know, for me, it's not about perfection. I've always said it. There's beauty in imperfection. Maybe because I'm so imperfect and I lived in a world for a long time where perfection was the name of the game, and if I was not perfect, I was wrong. So I am here defying all the odds, embracing all of my imperfections, and discovering that life is good. Even imperfection is good, especially imperfection. Doing these non-planned days that turn out to be wonderful can be good. And this has been a good day. So yeah, the topic that I had in mind today was, why did I quit my job? And I've quit many jobs. I think as you get to the stage in life where you have crossed half a century, celebration time, you will leave some jobs, or some jobs will leave you, whichever way, right? But the job I want to talk about that I quit, I had to leave that job. It was a job in an all-inclusive resort. So my background is in hospitality management. Yeah, I'm changing my hand. Oh my God. The relief. Yes. My job is in hospitality management. My job was in hospitality management. My training is as a what am I trained as? Oh my God, I'm trained as so many things. But anyway, I worked in the hotel industry for quite a few years. And in that particular job that I'm thinking of, it was a luxury all-inclusive. It was rebranded and reopened. It was a family-based resort and geared to just wonderful experiences for the guest. Now, what's important to know is the more high-end the property, the more over the top the experience, the more manual labor is involved. Yeah, so this wonderful experience that you see being advertised on TV and this wonderful situation that travel agents like me get you set up on, they come at a premium. And the premium is in the human capital. And so I worked at an all-inclusive. My job basically had me supervising the kids center and working with small children, creating recreation for small children, and keeping them fully entertained, it's no mean feat, right? Well, it actually is a big deal. However you want to word that, it is huge. And at the same time, while you are keeping them engaged, you have to keep them safe. And so 2 reasons contributed to me quitting this job. 2 main reasons. There are others, but we'll just talk about these 2. The first was the fact that in my training, safety is a very big thing. Safety of your clients, safety of your team members, and being in leadership, you have to consider everybody's well-being all at the same time. So here I was complaining about a door. It was a door that did not move properly with the closure that was attached to it, and it was the entrance to the kids area. And I was very concerned that it would hit a child, because children, they're always going off on their own doing stuff. And as if it were a self-fulfilling prophecy, this door decided that it was going to come after a little girl, a little blonde girl. Never forgot, she couldn't have been more than 2. And she was going through the door, and I always see things before it happens. I always see danger. And so I lunged after the girl to make sure the door didn't slap her, because 2 things: she would have been injured and we would have gotten a lawsuit as a hotel. And of course, in lunging after the child, I twisted my knee. I had to break my fall while catching the child. Can you imagine such a balancing act? Of course, the child was fine, the door was fine, but I was not. And when I complained about the door and brought it to the attention of the powers that be, they made light of it. And pretty much the thought process that I gathered was, why do you want to injure yourself and then come to us when the child perhaps would not have been injured? I do not live in the land of perhaps. I don't. And I was very taken aback by that type of a response. So I was hurt, not only physically hurt, my spirit was broken. And it was coming off another situation connected to my health as well, where as a translator, I chose to go off on a project without pay. It was my choice, but I felt I was not treated fairly, because after 7 days being a personal guide and assistant to a very high-end group of partners for the company, I came back to work the following morning. 17 days, no day off, no rest, no time to do laundry, away from family. And all I asked was for a day off so I could rest, get myself in order, reconnect with my family. And that was denied. So at that point, still remembering the injury I had sustained with the little girl, and of course now seeing that I gave 17 days of my life, gave the best service, the property had some wonderful reviews, the potential of new business was right there because of the effort I put in. The thought was, I had left my shift uncovered. Now, like, somebody needs to explain that to me. I am working for the better good of the company, and the permission would have been secured all the way from the top at no cost. Let's put that in. And I just need a day to regroup. And I'm being told no. I decided, no, you know what? Not gonna happen. I need to start valuing myself, because I just gave away my time. I gave away my skill, my expertise. I was in high profile meetings. I was talking to not financial advisors. I was talking to the F&B, food and beverage people. I'm talking to the financial controllers. I'm doing all of this with these high profile investors, let's call them that. And it was too much for me to ask for a day off after 17 days. So in a nutshell, I thought, with everything that had happened, there were many other things that had compiled on all of these things. If I didn't value myself, nobody would. And so at that moment, I decided, I'm going to put me first. And that was all the way back in 2002. So I've been trying to put myself first since forever. And this that you see here that I call life in, this is me putting me first. And second, and maybe even third. Now, anybody has anything to say? I don't care.